so it doesn't really matter. It does just annoy me that I clicked the completely fucking wrong button. Wasn't even close. Yeah, so as I was saying, fucking hell. Yeah, anyway, here it is. Here's the fucking, here's the fucking hand gesture that's so abhorrent, that's so offensive, that it can't, let me just check something here. No, you can't see it. Anyway, obviously, apparently the fingers mean white, and the forefinger and that close together mean power. Some fucking how. I don't know. That really fucking threw me off. Anyway, that's what it's all about, and god damn it, I completely clicked the wrong fucking thing. Anyway, let's get back into it. That was really fucking stupid of me. Yeah, might be the several glasses of wine I've had already. Gay! Where were we? Army has issued extraordinary directive to all unit commanders, instructing them on how to deal with officers or soldiers found to be displaying racist hand symbology in photos. Okay, so they're talking about the circle game. And the problem with the circle game is people hold it upside down. It's not the way the trolling went for a white power hand gesture, which is completely a troll. Also, part of that troll, it was a two-prong attack, I guess. They said that, the OK sign meant white power. I thought I had to burp, I don't. The OK sign meant white power, and the peace sign, the hippie peace sign, that meant only two genders. The OK sign, meaning white power, took off because of this stupid circle game. The peace sign, for whatever reason, that didn't take off to mean only two genders, but who knows, give it enough time, like, if enough people just, instead of doing the OK sign to fucking troll people, if enough people just keep doing the peace sign, which means, apparently, we can convince them that it means there are only two genders, because they've been convinced. The fucking Australian Defence Force, the people who take insane amounts of money from fucking taxpayers like myself, have been trolled into believing complete fucking horseshit. So, yeah, I absolutely think we can get them to ban the peace sign. It shouldn't be that hard. Okay, here we go. It follows the increase in global use of the so-called white power hand sign, in which the thumb and index finger touch while the other fingers of the hand are held outstretched roughly to resemble a W and P. Somebody just looked at the fucking, the OK sign and went, oh, you know what? We can probably get people to believe this, and they absolutely have, because at the end of the day, they're all gay. Why would they be gay? According to the Anti-Defamation League, oh my god, do we have an Anti-Defamation League in Australia, or are they taking cues from the thing? The overwhelming purpose of the hand gesture is still to signify okay, but is now also used by white supremacists. And by white supremacists, they mean anyone with conservative or libertarian, political leanings. That's what they mean by white supremacists. They're trying to project this image that, the Australian Defence Force is just like the fucking Australian Broadcasting Corporation, where it's all just super woke, ultra-left people, hardcore fucking pro-communist. It isn't. But they want to project that for whatever fucking reason. But it's now widely used, ABC has obtained a document by Defence Force commanders last year warning any individual who engages in such behaviour has no place in our army. So anyone with a sense of humour has no place in the army. Anyone who gets it's a joke has no place in the army. So basically anyone who isn't a complete fucking gay has no place in the army. To date, 2 soldiers in the last week have made the white supremacy symbol in photographs. I guarantee they won't show the photographs because it'll be the circle game, which is the upside down. So it's actually an M and a Q if you look at the circle game, depending on which hand is used, yeah, it's like MQ or P or maybe P. No, it's MQ. So it doesn't even make sense. Photographs. March 2019 reveals. Unit commanders and subordinate commanders are instructed to initiate suspension from duty action if they have sufficient material to suspect an army member has engaged in the activity. Oh my God, they made the OK sign. Jesus, I hope no one in the army is a diver, because they use that sign all the time to let them know that, things are okay, that everything's going good. Like, it means, I forget what it means, but it's used in diving because obviously underwater with the mouth thing, they can't talk to each other. So it's all hand gestures to, communicate with each other. And I'm pretty sure the Navy might have some divers. So this is really basically anyone who's a fucking diver in the Navy is going to get suspended trying to communicate, but that's not going to happen because at the end of the day, the people doing this are just the fucking faggy office workers. They're not out there on the front lines. They're not doing anything useful, and I guarantee they came up with this initiative just to justify their own existences and their fucking bloated government pensions. And government salaries rather. Today, 2 soldiers... to indicate suspension of active duties, army member has engaged in the activities. Commanders are advised that if, after considering evidence collected by investigation or fact-finding, they are satisfied the gesture associated with radical hatred or extremist hate groups has been made, termination action is to be implemented. So basically, if you have a sense of humor, you're going to... Oh my God, look at this fucking dweeb. Look at the guy behind him. He's retarded, isn't he? Are they movie posters behind them? Why the fuck are they walking into somewhere with movie posters? They're supposed to be military. Army chiefs, okay, crack down on his... Dude, that guy behind him. Look at him. The guy behind is a fucking... Where is he? Do I have my fucking pen? Yeah. This guy here. Look at this fucking waterhead. Look at this fucking tard. What the fuck is that? That guy, okay, the guy clearly has Down syndrome and he's high ranking in the military. Well, now I know why they're banning a hand gesture. You fucking idiots. Alright, let's play this video. I haven't seen this. 18 seconds. Let's have a listen.
Could we just ask about the crackdown on white supremacy in the army? Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, because the majority of them are white, therefore white supremacy. Oh, and it's at the ABC. And we're pushing this fucking narrative. Oh, so that was it. They just went, can we ask you about the white supremacy in the army? Oh, yeah, they're all white supremacists. Yes, the very organization that fought against Nazis are all white supremacists because I can't take a joke. You fucking idiots. Despite the crackdown, blah, blah, the department has told the ABC no army member has been terminated as a result of displaying white supremacy symbol of a white supremacy symbol in public. Yeah, because none of them have. They've been playing the circle game. It's the wrong way up. Every example they have of people doing this, and this includes the Christchurch shooter massacre guy in New Zealand. He did it as the circle game way. It wasn't up even as the OK, which you can technically take as a W and a P. He had it as an MQ. Or it's not even an MQ actually, because it has to go up your arm. So the way he did it, the circle game, actually, yeah, what am I saying? It's not MQ. It would be MB. Yeah, MB. So what's MB? More blacks. Well, that's racist. Anyway, Jesus.
You will die without honor.
ADF member now, yes. Where are we? Okay. An ADF member found to be associated with extremist ideologies. By the way, these extremist ideologies are sharing Pepe memes. I'm not joking. That's what they are. Will be investigated and potentially face administration active, the defense said in a statement. Administration actions range from counselling through to termination of employment. Oh, gee, you got terminated because you're not woke. Okay. We only want woke soldiers. That's right. Once they get out there, we want them to put down their arms and say, no, guns are bad, guns cause violence, guns are everything. And, we want them then to, dye their hair blue and prance around in a dress, apparently. The department, however, has confirmed one army member has been disciplined for contravening defense values by making inappropriate hand gestures. Yeah, I can think of one I want to make. Several army sources have told the ABC the disciplined member was a lieutenant colonel at the time, although defense has declined to comment due to privacy reasons. Yeah, okay, so for all we know, you're just making this up because you're citing no sources, ABC. One soldier who spoke on the condition of autonomy, see, this is the way it always is, claimed the Army's directive was considered very, very problematic because the OK gesture was too easily mistaken as a white power symbol. Yeah, like I said, divers. Neil James from the Australian Defence Association says racist behaviour is extremely rare in the Army, which has a proud record of ethnic advancement, meaning they're lowering standards so they can, that's all that means. And I'm not saying that, non-white people aren't as good. What I'm saying is if you want diversity and only, 10% of the population are black, but you want, 40, 50% of your armed forces to be black, considering that, not any white person who walks in off the street is going to get in or meet the standards. The only way you can get that up there is just by allowing any black person who walks in off the street to get in because of diversity. One soldier who spoke with blah, blah, blah. Neil James from the Australian Defence Association says racist behaviour is extremely rare in the Army. Yeah, I just read that. You've got to stamp out this idiocy. The best way to stamp out idiocy is to do it forcefully and early. I think that they're being applauded. I think they're to be applauded from that point of view. Yes, you're to be applauded because you got, here we go. This is what I was talking about as well. Yeah, Victorian police extremely disappointed with alt-right memes shared by officer accused of making white power gesture. Yeah, he clearly did it as a joke. And oh my God, he showed, look, he's got a picture of a NPC and he shared a meme of Pepe the Frog. Therefore, he must be a Nazi. He must be a white supremacist. Why? Again, my feelings. That's it. That's all this fucking story is. That's all they fucking care about. That's all this fucking is. It's basically, yeah, you can't say this, you can't do that because of 2% of the population are on social media and they're all screaming Nazi when they see pictures of someone doing the OK sign. Therefore, that 2% of the population that use social media, they must be 100. They must represent 100% of the population. It just makes no fucking sense at all. That's what's happening here. Like, if you were to say that half the people on fucking social media disagree, then it's 1% of the population you are bowing to. It is 1%. This is the whole fucking, yeah. And that's how all this shit, that's how all this shit goes. And speaking of woke social justice faggotry.
Gay!
The woke social justice, Fringe Festival is currently on in Adelaide, I think, or maybe it's over after, well, this was February 19th, this story. I think it's like the 25th or 26th today, so yeah, it might be over by now, I don't know. I'm not a faggot. Busker allegedly bashed with own ukulele in Rundle Mall during Adelaide Fringe. Like, yeah, not all heroes wear capes. Good, some faggot was doing some faggy fucking music thing and he got his head kicked in. Good. Manny's been charged with multiple offences after he allegedly attacked a busker in Adelaide's Rundle Mall with the performer's own ukulele. Hilarious. The victim, who was dressed as a pencil, okay, they better explain why, because why the fuck would a pencil be playing a ukulele? That makes no sense. The victim, who was dressed as a pencil when the incident occurred, was he a pencil of colour? Because if he was a coloured pencil, I mean pencil of colour, well, then this is a hate crime. The incident occurred allegedly bashed in the head with the instrument at about 12 p.m. He received non-life-threatening injuries, police said. So ukuleles are definitely gay. You can hit someone with it and it won't even hurt them. Oh, here comes a burp. Members of the public held down the alleged attacker until officers arrived. So yeah, that's a state of police. They just wait for other people to step in, and yeah, they just hang back. Like that's what's happening with the fucking car of peace like 2 years ago in Melbourne, the Brook Street car guy who ran over people in the name of Islam because praise the prophet or fucking whatever the fuck they say. I forget about it. Peace be upon them. They are our masters at the end of the day. Yeah, found that police just stood back and let him do it because he wasn't white, so therefore he's technically anything he does is correct. Members arrive. Okay, so this is what a witness tweeted. I just witnessed the street performer in Adelaide's Rundle Mall have a member of the public reach forward, grab his ukulele, and smash him over the head with it, a witness tweeted. Here's another one. I was rather enjoying his jokes as I walked past and hope he's okay. Props to the brave men who leapt into action to restrain the assailant. God, what faggots are fucking on Twitter. Police charged a 29-year-old man from Clairview with offences including theft, property damage, assault, causing harm, carrying an offensive weapon, and possessing a controlled drug. So he was off his fucking head. That makes sense. Also, I didn't realise a ukulele was a controlled weapon. What was this guy doing dressed as a pencil, standing in the middle of a mall with a fucking controlled weapon?
No, you don't understand. It became a controlled weapon because he used it as one.
Yeah, that's exactly the same as a gun, you fucking idiots. Police charged a 20-year-old man, blah, 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 with drug. Yeah, he's expected to appear in Adelaide Magistrates Court on Thursday, of course, because, he attacked a woke person, so he's going to go straight through to jail straight away. They have asked witnesses who have not yet spoken to officers to contact Crime Stoppers. Nah, fuck that. Dude, it's funny. A guy dressed as a pencil got beaten with a ukulele. Antisocial behaviour or violence of any kind will not be tolerated. The Adelaide Fringe Festival began on Friday, obviously Friday before this story was written, playing host to hundreds of woke social justice warriors from across the country and around the world. Meh. Yeah, I've been. It's basically, if you want to go listen to some fucking upper class elitist stand on a stage and tell you how you're inherently evil for being working class, then the Adelaide Fringe is for you.
Gay!
It certainly fucking is. Where's that next story? Oh, actually, you know what we got here? We have, I believe we have footage. Let's just roll this back here. And see if we can't get some sound. Yeah, here we go. I love the way the News Plus their logo over it because they paid for it.
Who hates my jokes and think I sing really bad. But it's okay because the Asian girl with her coffee. Peace out.
Oh, hey! Oh,
Oh, the faggot in the... Okay, let's watch that
hates
again.
my jokes and think I sing really bad. But it's okay because the Asian girl with her
Ooh,
Barbie
Asian girl. He's a racist.
piece of
How dare you? Oh,
Yeah, this is great.
hey.
They had to know. Oh, this is fucking
Oh.
great. Okay.
facts who hates my jokes and think I sing really bad.
Yeah.
But it's okay because the Asian girl with her Barbie.
Yeah, that's it. So this guy just walks up. And yeah, it's just the typical fucking like bogan, I don't own a pair of jeans, I only own tracksuits and hoodies. Like, you know, straight up faggot. Goes up to this other straight up faggot who, by looking at the footage, is wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt under a pencil costume. And is, what is he? He's busking. Just for the fact that he's busking, he should have had his head caved in. What an absolute queef. The guy in there, yeah, the fucking junkie's a piece of shit, and the guy who got his hit with the ukulele is a queef. And speaking of queefs, we move to our next thing from Twitter. Yeah, let's get this going.
It's really that. Sometimes.
Right, so this is a fucking social justice warrior from Ireland, which just sounds hilarious. The idea of being like, you know, gay and Irish or fucking effeminate and Irish at all just sounds weird because it's such a fucking, like, you know, it's such like a hard accent. You think like Braveheart and shit like that. It's such a tough accent that whenever you hear someone who's Irish just being a complete fucking queef, it throws you. Anyway, this is the struggles of a non-binary person getting a haircut that every non-binary person has, that if you go to a poetry slam, every single person there has it. If you go to any kind of left-leaning or any kind of music festival, if you go to any kind of fucking, I don't know, feminist rally, any kind of climate change rally anywhere on the planet, the Fringe Festival here in Adelaide, everyone has this exact fucking haircut, but apparently it's hard to get, and a poem needed to be wrote about this injustice of being able to get a haircut everybody in your social circle has. You fucking idiot.
Sometimes I need a haircut.
Yeah, we all do.
Really that simple. But simplicity seems to jump out the window when I head out the door into our society, which has a limited capacity for people who don't fit the norm. And we're normally offered female or male. Mark the box of a tick, please make yourself fit. But I'm more that other.
You're not an other at all. You've got those stupid ear fucking things on. You're wearing your fucking statement glasses. You've got a piercing on your fucking lip. And you've got the exact haircut everybody with all of those things has. How are you an other? In your circle, you're everyone. You're completely fucking normal. And by the way, this idea that they only have like female or male, and I'm like this kind of other. Yeah, you came up with the other. You invented it. The hairdressers went, well, female, male exist. We have female cuts, male cuts. You invented your own category and then walked in and went, why don't you have my category? Ugh, what is this? I'm fucking right pissed off right now. Right, so I decided to call myself Fliblong. And I walk into the bloody supermarket and I can't find any bloody Fliblong cereal for my Fliblong diet. Oh, it's a fucking outrage. It's an injustice. I'm a victim. Oh, go fuck yourself.
If that's even an option. Like I'm some thing on the outside, existing beside the world as it rolls by, all
You are a
pink
thing.
and blue. In this society
Oh, it's all
entirely
pink
divisible
and
by two
blue.
into woman
Aye.
and man. But I relate most to that ampersand.
That was so clever. You fucking queef.
And I need a haircut. So option one is the salon.
which does both male and female. When I had hair that required a haircut, male pattern baldness now just means I shave my own head because it's easier. But when I used to get short back and sides, because I had something on top not to shave, I used to go to a salon. I've never in my life gone to a barber. I've always gone to the places, when I got my hair cut for the first, 32, 33 years of my life, when I would go get haircuts, it was always at a fucking hairdresser or a salon. My hair has only ever been cut by women and gay men. I don't trust a fucking straight dude doing a fucking haircut. If a straight guy's going to cut my hair, I'm going to do it myself, which is what I do now. So, yeah, just do that, you fucking faggot. Lady, sorry, it's a lesbian, so should use the correct term. Lady faggot.
That womanly world of perfumed femininity, with which I feel like I have little affinity. Or option two is
the barbers, where there are all these blokes and no. You are completely fucking feminine. There is nothing masculine about the way you look, you fucking idiot.
the barbers, which isn't much better since this voice and these swells in my chest make me feel like an infiltrator.
Yeah, swells in your chest, they're called tits. And if you have swells in them, might be tit cancer, so you might want to do something about that, just saying.
But barbers or salon, when I get to the chair.
When I get to
Before
the
we can even
chair.
touch on my hair, there's this question which hangs there unuttered and awkward, that made all the more awkward when they say, I know this is awkward.
No, you are awkward and you're making it awkward by trying to look like some weird other thing. You're deliberately making it awkward. The person who's cutting the hair is just trying to do their fucking job. But of course, being a woke social justice warrior, anyone who's working class should be made to feel like shit about it, and that's exactly what she's doing.
And through the mirror they ask if I'm a boy or a girl. Am I trans? Am I gay? And
Legitimate question.
I don't know what to say. Sometimes I pick my labels to make other people feel okay.
Oh,
But it's never enough to say where I'd like
oh my god, sometimes I pick my labels to make other people feel okay. Yeah, that's called being a decent human being. You know what you should do? You know that thing you're doing? Keep doing that. It's called fitting into society, you fucktard.
to be trimmed or shaved. They need to know my sex. How
Yes.
else can they charge the appropriate rate?
Exactly.
I'm sure you've seen the signs. Gents trim £5, women's trim 9. It doesn't matter how I define anyway when the
No, it
hair
doesn't.
on our head
It matters
starts
how
to
you were
between our
born.
legs, and as usual, there always seems to be a higher price to pay for those who are female.
Yes, because, and it's very fucking simple, because those who are female are very fucking picky about their hair. If a guy gets a haircut that isn't great, he goes, whatever, it'll just grow and I'll get it cut again. Doesn't matter. If a woman gets a haircut that isn't great, she throws up a fuss because women have nothing better to do with their times other than that and make sandwiches. Anyway, let's continue.
And I know that the majority of people do feel safe in this divide. But there's so much possibility if we trim a bit off our prejudices.
Oh, trim a bit off our prejudices. I see what you did there. That's excellent wordplay. You're a fucking genius. You belong on Saturday Night Live, you do. I'm not like that racist Shane Gillis.
And I know in the past few years things have been changing, and that is amazing. There's drag queens on TV and out queer celebrities, hormones and surgeries.
Drag hormones and surgery. Things are getting great. I'm fucking pumping myself full of hormones that don't belong in my body, which is going to make changes that are going to cause severe health issues. Things are getting better. Also, I'm getting irreversible surgery. I'm turning my fucking wiener inside out to make a non-functioning vagina. Oh, it's fucking getting great. You fucking idiot.
But still too often, there's some of us standing, clutching our bladders stuck, trying to decipher which bathroom door symbol we better
Because you're a fucking idiot. It's easy.
resemble.
You resemble the one with the skirt no matter what haircut you get.
You will die without honor.
Based on what we are wearing or how brave we are feeling.
What's brave about what you're doing? You're conforming to everyone in your fucking gender studies class.
How dare you?
That's it. That's it. That's what you're doing. There's nothing brave about what you're doing. You're following the fucking status quo of woke fucking social justice warriors.
There's day-to-day struggles people quietly battle, like finding a way to wear your own skin while navigating a world in which we don't always fit in. We're queer and we're here.
Yeah, and we're used to it. You're not special.
And life can be tough out there.
Yeah, it can be tough for everybody. Again, you're not special.
So do you have to make a fuss, or could you...
You're the one making a fuss. See, the entitlement of this cunt. And I mean that, literally, this cunt. The entitlement.
just cut our fucking hair?
Could you just say, I'm a fucking chick and cut my hair so I look fucking ridiculous? Look, I'm a fucking woman and I don't want to be attractive at all, so do that to my fucking head. That's all you have to say, you dumb bitch. And yeah, that's it. But apparently it's the queer struggle that, you know, we find ourselves going through that we make up less than 0.5% of the population. Oh, it's fucking terrible for us, you fucking narcissistic cunt. Should we go to the fell dog story? Nah. Let's, oh, here we go. Here's a good one once it loads. Australian internet. Yeah, here we are. Fucking queers. And speaking of fucking weird shit, baboons. Wait, do I have a monkey sound effect? I don't think I do. I'm going to make a note of that. I need a monkey sound effect. I got a cat. I don't have a monkey. I mean, I can make cricket, a kookaburra, grizzly bear, piggy. Yeah, horse. I don't. Why don't I have a monkey sound effect? I'm gonna have to work on that. Anyway, why am I talking about it? The escape.
Michael, what's happening where you are?
Mate, I'm dead set serious.
Okay, so
I'm
from
at
a
RPA.
radio show.
I'm 6 floors up, and I was just happening to gaze out at the car park. And there
So
are
hang
three
on,
baboons.
you're at a hospital, RPA in Sydney, yeah?
Yeah, RPA, yeah. And there were 3 baboons in the car park.
Hang on, you've looked out the window from the 6th floor
Yeah,
and you've seen
3 baboons.
baboons.
Yeah, baboons. I'm dead set serious. They even had shiny red bottoms
What were they doing?
running around the car park.
Okay, so 3 baboons escaped from a medical testing facility. By the way, what are they testing? Probably cures for the coronavirus. And don't play another fucking... Oh, look, coronavirus comes up. Anyway, yeah, so these 3 baboons have, escaped from a medical testing facility at a hospital and were running around the car park today in Sydney, I think. Today or yesterday. I think it might have been today. Yeah, it was today. Oh, yeah, put this story in even though... Anyway, doesn't matter. The escape of 3 baboons from Royal Prince Alfred Hospital on Tuesday, okay, so it was yesterday, night has put the spotlight on medical research being conducted in Sydney. I'm not kidding. 3 baboons were walking around Sydney. Oh, it's going to get worse. It is going to get worse. Trust me. 3 baboons were out for about 2 hours, but were contained by New South Wales police. Not the first time police have had to deal with monkeys. You know what I'm saying?
How dare you?
New South Wales Health Minister Brad Hazard, the guy who, the guy who's in charge, his name is Hazard. Okay, told the Daily Telegraph that one of the baboons was due to have a vasectomy at the hospital, and he was being accompanied by his 2 wives to keep him comfortable. Oh, what do you know? Baboons are polygamists. Wait, polygamy? Is that right? Yeah, polygamy. Yeah, monogamy is the other one. Yeah. Oh, who would have thought that, subhuman primates from Africa don't believe in monogamy? Who would have thought? Anyway, the baboons escaped from a truck while being transported from a colony in Western Sydney. Oh my God, that's so racist. sound effect's long, but it's effective. A colony in Western Sydney to an animal research facility at the hospital. Mr. Hazard said the baboons were used as part of a medical research ranging from kidney disease to pregnancy issues. Okay, I was wrong about the coronavirus thing, but it would make sense. Could go away. Ads. The research includes reproductive issues, kidney disease, gestational diabetes, a whole range of research areas. With the conclusions of the research, they returned to the colony in Western Sydney, and they usually just live out their lives until old age, he said. A source, I have no idea if that's his voice, I just assume. A source with direct knowledge of the medical research baboons used by the hospital told Sydney Morning Herald that the baboons are used for studies on subjects including diet, exercise, and electric shock. Oh my god, how do I get that job? I would love to fucking zap monkeys. That sounds fucking hilarious. They are housed in low security building at the hospital. Yeah, much like most of the baboons throughout Australia. But, in a Hide from Fire exclusive, I actually, because all there are still photos out there of these baboons. I'm saying it weird and I don't care. I care a little bit. Anyway, we have exclusive footage of these baboons in action. So let's go to that now.
When I chuckle front, I chuckle push. Yeah, right. Marsha got the keys, Louis got the voice.
How dare you?
No, of course, that was not actually footage of baboons. That was the Melbourne-based hip-hop group Run HIV. I apologise. We'll continue on with the story. I told you it was going to get worse. Spokesman for the Sydney local health district would not confirm whether the research was occurring at the RPA.
I cannot make any public comment at the moment.
The use of primates for medical experiments at RPA and a number of other Sydney hospitals and universities was revealed in 2016. Yeah. What, you think we're going to use Indigenous Australians? Of course not. We use baboons. Jesus Christ, we're not heartless. This is the racist sound effect. Get used to it, because this story is going to be extremely racist. Animals are bred specifically for animal research at the National Health and Medical Research Council baboon colony in Wasilla in Sydney's west. I don't know enough about Sydney to make a racist joke, so yeah, I'm sorry. A spokeswoman for the Sydney local health district told the Sydney Morning Herald in 2016 the baboons are used for research on treatments for conditions like pre-escamolisa, or whatever the fuck that is, complicated diabetes. I understand what that is. I know diabetes. Kidney disorders. That's because they can't handle their alcohol. Okay, I took him. Vascular disease. There's probably another one there, but I don't want to play that sound effect again. But the article voiced concerns that Frankenstein-like surgeries and experiments are being done on the patients, and apparently, where being done on the primates rather. They are patients. I just read that wrong. And they may have included an apparent cover-up of kidney transplant from a pig to baboon. So there are pig people at the hospital. There are pig monkeys. They're making pig monkeys. Awesome. I don't know why that's awesome, but it just sounds awesome. Animal Justice Party upper house member. Oh my God. Fucking queefy mixed social justice faggot. Member Emma Hurst told news.com.au the 3 baboons that escaped on Tuesday night represented
the hidden faces behind animal experimentation.
I think all medical experimentation is problematic. Well, then you're against vaccines because how did they come up with them? Experimenting, you fucktard. You're essentially forcing painful procedures on animals against their will, Miss Hurst said. Yeah, you're right, we should be forcing it on people against their will. But we know how intelligent primates are and how close they are to human beings. Yeah, well, because apparently we evolved from them, so of course they're going to be close. And to think about the fear they were probably feeling, even when they escaped, is really quite tragic. Miss Hurst said many of the... Look at this guy's just pointing at it like, oh, look here, oh, baboon! Ah, put him in super. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I ain't that. Miss Hurst said many of the experiments were thoughtless and irrelevant and come from a belief in human domination over animals. Yeah, it's called top of the food chain. It's called opposable thumbs. It's called a written and spoken language. So yeah, we are above. Well, we do whatever we want to their bodies against their will. It's just hideous. And no one will do what I want to my body, even against my will. No, I'm really depressed about that, and that's why I'm an animal rights activist. Fucking loser. You fucking dork. There is also little information about how many animals are being experimented on and what happens to them. The use of animals in experiments has to be one of the most hidden industries, she said. We are left to use our imagination as to what these animals are being forced to go through, and use her imagination, she will. Like, that's the whole point. I don't know anything, so I'm just going to assume it's everything I hate, and I'm going to be outraged. And even though it's happening to animals and it's not happening to me, I'm the victim here because my feelings. Animal activist and former GP, I guess that's a shitty doctor, or as they're also known, drug dealer, Kevin Coleman of Sydney Saves Animals in Laboratories believes experts were undertaking research into human baboon hybrid organs to address the transplant crisis. Okay, so now we're getting into Alan Jones territories. What they're doing is they're taking the baboons. God, that was a terrible fucking... That was a... Alex Jones, not Alan Jones. Alan Jones is that fucking gay guy, isn't he? Well, it's the frogs, and it's the gay frogs. And it's the hybrid people, the pig hybrids that are being used for animal transplants. And I have got to work on my Alex Jones. That was terrible. If an animal the size of baboon can escape, how many mice have escaped? How many others have escaped? He told the AAP. We don't just know this is a problem. And we have to have transparency on these issues. Gay frogs. God damn it, my Alex Jones sucks, and I'm pretty sure I have him.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, I'm kind of retarded. Yeah, it's not quite right. Anyway, New South Wales Health has been contacted for comment. Humane Research CEO Helen Mosser says taxpayers are funding the research through the National Health. Oh, there you go. Medicare for all means, Medicaid for all means torture of animals. Funded by all. Yeah, how do you like that, you fucking socialist dicks? Not only is it a cruel and unethical industry, it's a huge waste of precious resources. Funding and time would be better spent on research and methods that are applicable to humans, not pseudo model of a human that is more likely to lead to erroneous data, she said, and he giving her the wrong voice. Yeah, well, what do you expect? They can't test on humans because you know what? They actually probably could test on humans, and they probably could test on humans, and these people would protest that way less. Way fucking less. I guarantee these people would give less of a shit Like, if you just told them the people they're testing on are white and working class, they'd be like, oh, well, they're not even real people. I mean, they're people technically, but at least not innocent, beautiful animals being hurt. Then you turn around and go, oh, some of the people are, they're black. Oh my God, superior beings. Yeah, and yeah. You know what, staying on the subject of, I guess, racism. Yeah, let's call it that. Coronavirus outbreak renews push for fresh anti-racism campaign.
How dare you?
The fact that I pushed that sound effect button with this picture up almost deserves another push of that button. The coronavirus outbreak has reinforced attention on racist attitudes in Australia and the federal opposition, leftists, because, conservatives are in power in Australia. Fuck you, faggots. And experts are renewing calls for fresh anti-racism measures as a result. Of course they fucking are. Of course they fucking are, you fucking pussies. Federal opposition has again called for a new national anti-racism campaign following the rise of race-based attacks as a result of the coronavirus. There have been no race-based attacks. There have been people making off-color jokes on Twitter, myself included. I made the joke about the monkeys escaping, and I linked it to Melbourne's African gang problem. Oh my God, I'm such an asshole. Yeah, just like I did on this podcast. It's what gave me the idea. I went, I can make something racist about this, and I did, because it's controversial. Yeah. Controversial. Anyway, so basically, okay, I'll read a little bit on, but you know what? Here's what I think. We'll read on after. They're using this as a way to get more taxpayer funding towards their people. Like, oh, we need to make these ads, and we need $1.8 billion to make these ads. Now, where are these ads going to be shown? Well, these ads will only be shown on, like, free-to-air television and radio. So not everyone will see them. But we're going to need money. Lots of money. Also, we'll put some ads online which won't be seen by anybody because people use VPNs and ad blockers. So we're basically making these ads, taking a shit ton of taxpayer money to make them, and it's all going to fall on deaf ears. But, my virtue signal. Yeah, that's all this is. It's just an excuse to virtue signal. It's been more than, It's been more than 7 years since a major federally funded action of this kind, and experts are warning the need for such measures has become even more pressing. I know, because, the people, the ABC and SBS didn't want to get voted in, got voted in, therefore we need to ramp up the propaganda. The fear anti-racism efforts have been under-resourced, yeah, because no one gives a shit about racism except for the 1% of the population that are on social media, to reflect the ever-increasing challenges confronting Australia. Yeah, okay, we banned travel, people coming in from China because of the coronavirus outbreak. That was called racist, and that's what this is about. Labor's multicultural affairs spokesperson, Andrew Gillis, wouldn't that make him a spokesman? Or let me guess, he has pronouns in his fucking, oh God. Fronted a social cohesion conference. Oh my God.
How dare you?
How dare
You
you?
have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
Which is exactly what this campaign is all about. Empty words. To reflect the Labour's spokesperson, social cohesion conference in Sydney's Parramatta. God, everything woke comes out of Parramatta. To make a call for action. There is a creeping normalisation of hate and racism in Australia, he said. No, there isn't. I've worked many a job with many a person from many a different background, many a different race. It's never a problem because we all share one thing in common. We work together, we're all working class. See, this is the thing they hate. They hate that working class people, regardless of race, regardless of gender, all just get along and laugh about shit and, just get along. They can't exist in a world where people get along. They need hatred. They need division. It's the only way they can get funding is to say we need funding to stop hatred and division. Therefore, they have to create hatred and division. Hence these horseshit campaigns. It's time for a new national anti-racism campaign. And yes, by next episode, I promise I will have an anti-racism campaign made. I've thought about a few ideas. I haven't got anything yet, but yeah, I haven't done any sketches on the new podcast, and definitely haven't done any sketches with the new video format of this new podcast. So next episode, I promise you people, I will have an anti-racism campaign, and I'm not really sure what it's going to be about, but you get the idea. If we fail to take action now, this is what he goes on to say, we may end up with more racism, more violence, and a country that no longer resembles what we love most about Australia. What, where people can take the piss out of each other regardless of race, regardless of gender, regardless of sexuality? That's what you want to get away from? No, what these people want is a country where white, straight, male, go for it. If you can, throw Christian into the mix, go for it. Call them every name under the sun, make any joke you want. But if you can take away one of those things, take away white, or take away male, or, take away, straight or whatever, take away any one of those things, and it is completely off limits. You are not allowed to make jokes. You are not allowed to say anything negative. That's what they're going for. They're doing this in Canada at the moment, where they want to make streaming licenses. And I have no doubt that this campaign that they go through, will have something similar, where what I'm doing right now in Australia is streaming and saying all these horrible, horrible racist things. Because they're horrible, horrible racist things, won't be allowed to say it. Yeah, what they're trying to do is bring in, this is what's happening in Canada under fucking their gay president fucking Trudeau, is they want to have streaming licenses so they can regulate what people say online, so they can regulate what people upload. If you say something that, and what it all boils down to at the end of the day, they're talking about this shit under the guise of stopping racism, of curbing racism, or hatred or whatever. What it's going to end up, and it always does, and it always will end up, is stopping people from saying negative shit about the ruling class, the government. These people who are supposed to be our servants. They're supposed to be public servants, the servants of the public, the servants of us. What they want to do is stop dissent, stop negative comments, so no matter what they do, no one's allowed to say, I disagree. That's where this ends. It always fucking ends this way. Mr. Gills pointed at News Corp's paper's recent mocking of former race discrimination commissioner Dr. Tim Stumpzones as an example of the problem. The University of Sydney was callously labelled race hustler Tim Sandefani in one of their publications. Yeah. Okay, so he was trying to use racism to boost his own, financial gains. I'm pretty sure that qualifies as a race hustler. Amid the rise of race-based attacks, and what they have here is a picture of an Indigenous football player who was booed because nobody liked him, but because he was Indigenous, and by the way, there are plenty of white players that get booed. As soon as a black player got booed, it became a racial issue. Go figure. Dr. Strathenhurthen told SBS News anti-racism measures have become even more urgent than before amid a marked rise in racist extremism. It hasn't. People are making people are being fucking edgelords on social media. Again, we're talking about a percentile of a percent. 2% of people on social media, you're talking about 0.00 or something a percent, are just trying to be edgelords and fucking push up fucking dank, salty memes. Sorry for using so much internet slang. Basically, people are going online and just deliberately shit stirring. That's what they're talking about. They want to stamp out. And once they stamp it out online, where if you say something that goes against the narrative, you get banned online and you can't, basically can't say anything online, then they will try to take it to the workplace. And when you're talking like large companies and shit like that, they might succeed. They might not, but they might. That's what is, despite racism doing serious harm to society. It isn't. It's not happening. Since 2015, there has not been any dedicated federal funding for anti-racism campaigns or strategies. These anti-racism campaigns and strategies will not work. They will just create what you're afraid of. They won't make people more racist, but what they will do, especially to fucking young men, and when I mean young, I mean like teenage boys, if you say to them, well, if you say anything racist, then you're horrible and everyone's going to get upset. Guess what a fucking teenage boy is going to do? I'm going to say something racist and watch everyone get upset because it's funny. Like, they tried this shit on me when I was at school. Write a story about how an indigenous person would feel if they were transported from before colonization to now in Australia. So this is like 1999 or whatever. And I just wrote a story where he was so happy because he was getting government funded goon. And yeah, Australians will get that reference. And, basically, I just wrote the most homophobic, racist shit possible. And I got chastised by the teacher, and I just stood there laughing, going, yes, thank you. Thank you for doing exactly what you were supposed to do with what I wrote. I wrote something knowing it would trigger you. This is before triggering was even a thing. I just went, I know this is going to get a rise out of you, and I know it's going to make you scream, and it's going to fuck with you because it goes against what you believe. That's why I wrote it. So these anti-racism campaigns are just going to make kids walk around going, nigger. Like, they're just going to be sitting in class and go, nigger, chink, faggot, gook. That's what it's going to make. And all the kids are going to fucking laugh or, that's it. I mean, that's why you've got Gen Z, the most conservative generation ever coming up, because they were raised by Gen X, the most pussy generation ever, the most fucking social justice generation ever. And they're seeing they're seeing their parents, their teachers, and the adults in their life. Somebody makes an okay hand gesture, and you lose your shit and become emotional wrecks. Somebody says the word nigger or kike, and you become emotional wrecks. You become babies. It's like, well, which side do I want to be on? The side that says jump and you jump, or do I want to be on the side that jumps? Well, it's obvious. They want to be on the side of the shit stirrer, and that's where they're going to go. I guarantee they'll launch this campaign, and all the fucking what I guarantee they'll do, they'll put these campaign, and I can't wait to fucking mock and make fun of and parody the ads when they do come out. It shits me that my tax dollars are going to be going towards it. It shits me that my tax dollars are going to be, going to end up funding this crap. But at the same time, I can't wait to make fun of it, because it's going to be ridiculous. And I guarantee when they put this shit up on YouTube, these fucking anti-racism ads, it will be comments turned off, because everyone who comments will want to deliberately say something that contradicts the ad, that makes the ad seem like it did more harm than good, not because it did, but because that's funny. Yeah, it's juxtaposition, but that's exactly what's going to happen, and this guy's picture is up on screen again, so fuck it. Yeah, and we could go on more about this, but that's the... Holy shit, what happened there? Yeah, okay. My other microphone for voice mod, fuck that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, okay, that's an hour, because I have another story about the racist ad campaigns, but I'm going to save that for next episode and start with her. And I am definitely going to work on something. It might just be an audio sketch because that's what I'm used to doing. And I might try and add some video, but anyways, this is going to be the first sketch I've done in, God, at least a year or maybe 2 years since, even longer. Anyway, I have to look up. I think I've still got a SoundCloud account from the old podcast where all my old sketches are up. You know, I might bring them up and critique myself because I made them when I was a lefty. Anyway, yeah, so we're talking that's more. We're talking 4 or 5 years ago at least. Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway, so yeah. Let's call it there. Yeah, you can find this podcast on all the social medias where I am completely not active, or just head over to BitChute, which is where you're probably listening to this, and hit subscribe. And yeah, BitChute have been going through this whole thing lately where uploading has been really hard. They've had some kind of server errors. And yeah, so things are going to be out of whack because I've had to re-upload a couple of last episodes. So from like 17 up, things might be a bit mishmashed and out of order, but I'm going to try and make sure they're all up there. Anyway, yeah, I will speak to you guys on Friday with the new, with my anti-racism campaign ad and what I think their ads are going to be like. Alrighty, arrivederci and whatnot. Uru and so forth, and yeah, I will speak to you guys on Friday. No. What a gay way to end.
Un saludo bien especial para Blondie, que está cumpliendo años. Cuídese muchísimo, mil bendiciones, y le mando un abrazo mi compa Iván, y le dedica el tema de Es Bonito. Es bonito sentir que me quieres sentir y que me amas sentir que... ¿Qué traes tú, pendejo?